everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. So today I'm going to do a stitch with me, and I'm pretty sure this piece needs no introduction. This is Envy, artwork by Marta Dahlig and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm stitching this one 1/1 full cross on some 25 count Lugana, which is beautiful and soft. And yeah, I am 45% through on this one. Just put a needle minder on. So today's stitch with me will have chat. So I'll be going through your comments and answering them. So if you have left me a comment, thank you very, very much. All comments gratefully received, even emojis. But there are still lots of people watching who are not subscribed. Subscribing is free, and if you select on the drop down all for notifications, you'll be notified every time I upload a video. But truly is appreciated for those of you that do watch, that like the video, that leave me a comment, that do the hype thing and all of that stuff. So thank you very, very much. It helps enormously. So I hope everybody is doing well. As I said, this video will be having some chats because I'll be going through some comments. And we'll see how many we've got. We're going to do about an hour and a half of stitchy time. Let me just zoom in a wee bit and lock the focus. Has that done it? I think it has. In terms of stitching, this is a filling in section. The skirt mainly is filling in on this. There's not a lot of confetti, which is a good thing. So yeah. Okay. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. I had a week off work last week. And I was out all week. I was barely at home. It was lovely actually. I had a nice week. On Monday it was my actual birthday. In the morning I went to town with Hannah. I needed to pick up a prescription. Then we did our supermarket shop as well, which of course we need to do every week. Got that out of the way. Then Monday evening we all went out for a meal. We were supposed to go to a local pub. Let's say if you get to the end of the road and turn left, we would go to the local pub. But there's another one if you turn right in the same chain. Now, when we turn left, there was a lot of roadworks and traffic, and it gets really, really bad at rush hour. And it was just about the time that we wanted to go out. So I said to Andy, let's have a quick change. And rather than turning left, let's turn right and go to the alternative one that's within the same chain instead. So that's what we ended up doing. And we had a lovely meal. And that was that. And then on Tuesday, me and Victoria and my middle daughter spent the day together at Meadowhall. We went shopping. We had a lunch out, we chatted, we caught up, and it was just lovely. We had a lovely day. We, obviously went into a few shops together, and she got some bits, and I got one or two bits, and it was just lovely, Then on Wednesday, didn't do much during the day on Wednesday, but I met Hannah when she'd finished work, and then Hannah and I went out for tea because she wanted to take me out for tea on her own for my birthday, and that was lovely. And again we went back to Meadowhall, where I've been with Victoria, to a different restaurant, and we had our tea out and we thoroughly enjoyed it. We had a bit of a problem coming back because the buses were not running as they should. So in order to make it for my live stream, Andy met us in town and picked us up. Otherwise we would have been forever getting home. Then on Thursday, Lauren and I went out in the morning because she wanted a nose piercing, of all things. I must admit to not being a fan of these, but, you know, it wasn't the side piercing that she wanted. It was the one through the septum. So I took her, because I had to give parental consent because of her age, and got that done. Met with a friend of mine who works in the shop. Not seen him for a while. And then came back home, and Andy and I took Victoria out again together. She needed a supermarket run, so we did that. And then I went to weight loss. And of course, I hadn't had any weight loss because all I'd done all week is eat. But, you know, it is what it is. I had a good week, and that's what matters. So Friday, I had a day at home. Let me just sort out my cushion. Friday, I had a day at home, and I said, won't be tired anybody that makes any plans, because I am sitting at home all day with my stitching. And that's what I did. So I made a point of sitting at home with my stitching. Saturday I went and had a haircut, and then of course Sunday, as usual, I had my stepdad come for his lunch, and Victoria also came for hers after she'd finished work. So yeah, busy old week. Quite how I managed to get 9,500 stitches in, I don't know. My legs aren't comfortable. Why? You know when you're fighting to get comfortable in your stitchy spot. You were in the same position a couple of days ago and it was fine. And then now you're in it today and it's not fine all of a sudden. That. Anyway, I have lots of comments from Flosstube number 2. Entitled Birthday Leveled Up Chapter 51. So first one is from Stitching with Jessie, and she says, yay, I'm finished for the unicorn. Looking forward to seeing the progress on B. Crazy thing is, as I watch this, I received my notice that my B will be shipping. My plan is to start this on my birthday, March 1st. Awesome. Pretty sure that you will enjoy it. I enjoy stitching on mine. I normally get to stitch on it on a Tuesday, but I haven't had a chance yet this week. So I'm quite looking forward to getting some stitches in on it. Good morning, Hannah.
What?
cat's being a mardy bum.
You be mardy.
Okay. So Jane 22 says that was a tad chaotic for the start, but also fun. She also then wishes me happy birthday. I do like the tiara. Fantastic stitching and progress. It was great to catch up with your work and life. I'm glad your weight loss, glad life has improved and weight loss, but enjoy the lunches. Oh, I will. I did. Okay. Heather Pearson says, I'm delighted to welcome the middle daughter. And I'm sorry to hear of the loss of your great aunt. Thank you very much. We have had funeral arrangements now. And they happen to be on all of days on the same day as my late mother's birthday. My aunt was like, I'm really sorry. And I said, look, these days will always have something else attached to them. You know, there's never a day in history that's just solely about X, Y, Z. Because look, even Christmas Day, a joyous, happy occasion. But, you know, for some families, you know, people pass on Christmas Day. So there'll always be another meaning for the day. Okay, cat glitter. Cat. Anita Butenhauser says, happy birthday, Nicola. Thank you, Anita. And also Susan Cassidy says, happy birthday. Thank you very, very much. I did have a lovely birthday. I got all kinds of bits that, you know, as you get older, you get more grateful for. Slippers, socks, pyjamas, smelly stuff. You know, funny, isn't it? Okay. Our lovely Jodie comments to say, woohoo, happy dance for your awesome finish. And happy birthday, Nicola. Thank you, Jodie. More kitty glitter. I really enjoyed the visit and hope your day continues to be full of happiness and blessings. Much love, Jodie. Thank you, Jodie. Okay, Kay the Sussex Stitcher on Flosstube, on the same Flosstube. I was wearing my lovely red jumper. The colour really suits you, sweetie, she says. Glad to see you looking so well. Happy birthday and condolences on the loss of your great aunt. Thank you, Kate. My lovely red jumper there, it's one that I bought because I didn't really want a Christmas jumper, you know, with Christmas imagery on it. Me, I'm always a practical sort, and I figure get a jumper. I'm going to have a look for a jumper that I can use that's not necessarily connected to Christmas. So I've got red and it's got like silver flecks in it. Okay, chicken. Okay, Kashi says happy birthday. Nicola, thank you very much. Excuse me. And Mona Ortega also says happy birthday. Thank you very much. I had a lot of lovely birthday wishes on Facebook as well, both on my personal page and in the group, and I had lots of direct messages as well, and emails and cards and all sorts of stuff, and it was just lovely, just lovely. Linda Love to Stitch says, happy birthday, love the tiara, it's very fitting. And your unicorn finish looks so good. Thank you, Linda. I'm bathing some pieces this week because next week they will be going to retreat to the framer. My 2 cats and a unicorn. Oh, you can tell Hannah's here, can't you? Good grief. Happy birthday, haha, says Taz. I'm wearing a Def Leppard t-shirt as I'm watching this. They're one of my favourites as well. Enjoy the concert. Sorry for your loss. Thank you, because of course that was the biggest present that I had. There was nothing physical with it, but I do have tickets to go and see Def Leppard at the end of June, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I've got the big Stitch that weekend and then Def Leppard on the Tuesday. June is shaping up to be a fantastic month. Okay. Daphne leaves me a needle and a hearts emoji. Thank you very much. And then Karen comments to say, happy birthday, and I'm so happy you and your middle daughter are speaking again. That made me so happy to hear you and Andy happy on Sunday's live talking about Tori. Thank you very much. Yeah, she seems to like the live streams, so she might be dipping in and out. See more of her. You may probably never hear or see her, because, I mean, as Hannah doesn't want to be seen, but she will be heard, Tori doesn't want to be seen or heard. All the girls are different, of course, aren't they? Because Lauren, of course, will happily sit with me when I'm doing a Flosstube and join in. Although obviously with her being in college on a Monday, when I film it, it's not always practical. So and Tori's also been one of those people that closely guards her privacy as well. So and I absolutely respect that. It's entirely up to her. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've got plenty of these comments today. Liana says, a very happy birthday to you. I've seen Def Leppard many times myself from the early days. Whenever they came to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, I was sure to get tickets to see them. So exciting that you get to see them in concert again. Love all your progress. So I first went to see them in 1992, I think it was. Maybe 93, I can't quite remember. It was a while back. Then I saw them again in the late 90s, and then in 2004 and 2018. So this will be time number 5. I saw them on the Adrenalize tour, the Slang tour, the X tour, the Story So Far tour, and I'm not sure what this one's called. But I don't mind. The Newcastle one was quite fun. The Story So Far in 2018. It was the only time I'd seen them in a different venue to Sheffield. And we travelled up to Newcastle, and we were in the standing section, and we were right at the front. They had Cheap Trick supporting them, and where I was stood when Cheap Trick were performing, I could see at least one of the members from Def Leppard stood in the wings watching them. That was quite good. And of course, being a Sheffield band, the late Steve Clark is buried in Sheffield, and we've been to his grave a couple of times. Last time we were up there filming with Andy's channel, we went there, me and Lauren, and me and Andy went up a few years ago. Buried at Wisewood in Sheffield. I believe his family still live in the area. Daniela says, happy birthday. Thank you very much, Daniela. And Patricia on the same video, again, leaving some heart emojis. Thank you, Patricia. You have lots of emoji comments left, and they are very welcome. And also Katinka leaves me some hearts too. Okay, so Heather Kissick says, happy birthday, Nicola. I hope you have a brilliant few days celebrating, and congrats on your unicorn. It looks amazing. Sorry to hear about your great aunt. I hate January as it's my mum's anniversary, and as you say, it just seems to stretch on. Have a great week. It does. January is the month of 148 days. It does seem to go on forever, doesn't it? We'll get there. My month for anniversaries is February, because my mum's birthday, my mum's passing, my best friend's husband's passing, my aunt's passing. February's a heavy month. But yeah, I absolutely get what you mean. It just seems never ending, doesn't it? Then Christian Klein says, "Hi Nicola, I'm so sorry for your loss. I hope you find joy in spending time with your daughters. Sending hugs." Thank you very much. Yeah, I do spend, I do get a lot of joy out of spending time with the girls. They're also a pain in my butt. It's a bit of a double-edged sword with them, but I wouldn't change them. And they know that they are a pain in my butt. So, yeah. They also know that their mum is a softie. Which I shouldn't be really, but... So I released a stitch with me with Daughter of the Deep, and Jane says I got quite a bit of stitching done during this very calm video. Thank you. It was my ASMR one. Please do let me know if you're enjoying having 3 stitch with me a week. It's no bother to continue them, but you know, feedback's always welcome. Gabriella says, "Happy birthday, dear Nicola. I'm absolutely in with Def Leppard. I've seen them a couple of times as well. Next concert, 19th of June in Switzerland. Ooh, can't wait. Have a lovely stitchy week. I bet you can't. That would be amazing." And on live stream Wednesday, Daphne leaves me some emojis. And Stitching Betty says, I didn't get to watch live, but I watched at night time for me. And I remembered to hit like. Thank you very, very much. Patty Miller says, happy birthday, Nicola. It's been so nice to spend time with you on your birthday. You look quite happy on this day, and I'm glad that you were spoiled a bit for your special day. Nicola, thank you for sharing that you and your middle daughter are doing a bit better, that you're going to spend some time together is such good news. Brought a tear to my eye, truly. I hope things continue in this good direction. Thank you, Patty. It's all been very positive so far. I think in all familial relationships, there's always going to be bumps along the road. But time and patience seems to be the solution. And I'm glad that we have restored our relationship. We talk every day. And, you know, she wants to spend time with me, which is amazing. And what else can I ask for? She is a wonderful independent soul. She's living independently, managing a household. She works, and she's doing all of the things that I would have hoped for her. So yeah, I'm super proud of her. I'm proud of all of the girls in their own unique ways. Victoria's spread her wings. Hannah is working and doing amazing. Lauren is in college and doing amazing. And, you know, all of them, I'm so proud of all of them. It has been a long and difficult road, but we've got there. Patricia on live stream Wednesday leaves me some hearts, and then Anario says, happy birthday, I'm envious of your Def Leppard concert ticket. I've never been to their concert. Enjoy your day. Oh, their concerts are something else. But yeah, I'm a big fan. Christian leaves me hearts on live stream Wednesday, and Jessie also comments, stitching with Jessie, that her Geckorouge bee has arrived in the US. Yeah, fantastic. We love it when a plan comes together. You know, a little bit of luxury with a Geckorouge kit. On Stitch With Me, one with chats on the sun. Jane leaves me, Jane 22 leaves me some hearts. Thank you, Jane. Oh, hold on. Thank you, dear. And on One to Rule Them All, alternative that I released last week, Kelly from Kelly's Quilts Plus says, hi Nicola, the mock of One to Rule Them All just looks just like black and gold. The shading of the browns makes it look very realistic. Good job, Tilton Crafts. Yep, and when I showed it on my Flosstube this week, you can see the letter D. Capital D has just come out, it's just popped in. Didn't see it when I was stitching it, but then often when we're stitching on these pieces, we don't see something until we've done it and then we stepped away from it and had a look. And she says on my Flosstube, say happy birthday again and another great Flosstube. Thank you, Kelly. Are you ready for work?
Probably. Does that stink or is it me? It should be clean.
It's you. It smells of wash powder.
Oh, ah, Jesus Christ.
Alright, okay, come on, I'm still filming. Hanging by a Thread says happy birthday. And Leslie says, wishing you a very happy birthday, Nicola. I've already sent some birthday wishes via Facebook, but once more won't hurt. You have some lovely colourful pieces there, and it was nice to see them. I'm so delighted for you meeting your middle daughter for the day, and I hope you had a great day together. It was nice to hear Hannah and Andy in the video and seeing a quick flash of Angel. Have a great rest of the week, and see you again soon. Thank you very much, Leslie. Yeah, it's only an occasional appearance from Angel. But usually Hannah's got Angel in her arms. Those two seem to be welded together. Angel sleeps on Hannah's bed at night and pretty much through the day as well. She has a lovely cat basket, thank you love, her cat basket down here, and she tends to take that in an evening. Well, whatever. She tends to take that in an evening. She likes to sit there and while Lauren's watching the telly. I I think it's something to do with the fact that it's right in front of the radiator, so it's lovely and warm. Okay.
Mother, I'm leaving.
All right. You've done at 3, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you later. Have a good day.
Hopefully we'll
Yeah. All right.
do.
Love you lots. Bye. And then there were 2. Stitch with me 20, so this was quite a while back when I was stitching Minas Tirith. Karen's left me some hearts on that. And then back to more recent videos. Chris Evans, where the gold shines on the ring, this is with One to Rule Them All. Is there Krynic used, or is it all DMC? It's all DMC. There's no Krynic in it. It'll be used in like B5200 and 3865, I think, and blank. So yeah, no Krynic at all. Of course, nothing to stop me adding a little bit if I feel it needs a bit of sparkle, but it's not charted with any. I don't think I've got anything at the minute that calls for Krynic. And on all the same, on the same one to rule them all, Patricia again leaves me some hearts, so thank you very much. I did Stitch With Me with Bizarre Bookshelf. And Mona says, I love that beautiful chart and your incredible stitching talents. Thank you so much, Nicola. Thank you, Mona. Andy will tell you that I will say, and he will chin at me, I don't see it as a talent, it's following a pattern. But Andy then points out that there are ways and ways, and you know, if you follow the pattern correctly and stitches are nice and even and all that sort of stuff, then yeah, it does make a talent, but I don't necessarily see it that way. But you know. And Wendy Stitching says, enjoying your videos. Thank you very, very much. can hear what sounds like a seagull outside. Nancy Gafford says, Nicola, it's 1:35 p.m. here in Porter, Texas, a small close town close to Houston. I've been subscribed to your podcast for a couple of weeks and love every episode. This morning I'm watching the Bizarre Bookshelf episode. I love the chart. I'm putting it on my wish list, but what I'm interested in is the fabric. Due to having bad eyesight, I usually use 14 count Aida. I do try to use 25 count when I have large full coverage. Will you please let me know what you're using? I really like the look of it. So Bizarre Bookshelf is on 25 count, but I also use a magnifier as well, because my eyesight is not fabulous. I wear varifocal glasses, so yeah, a magnifier will definitely come in handy. But yeah, 25 count fabric it is, and thank you very, very much for watching the videos, and thanks for your lovely comments, Nancy. Geckorouge though will kit on a chosen fabric, but the price does differ, the fabric that you choose, so okay. Then I was also asked, do I have a tutorial on how I start and end a thread, from Jennifer. So yes, I have a playlist with techniques, with what I use to start and end a thread, about slippage, about parking, and about how I determine and size up fabric for patterns where it's not a kit. But they're all there in my playlist of techniques. Sharon also comments, again, we're still on the Colin Thompson video here. She says, you always end up taking me down memory lane when you talk about foods that I had totally forgotten about from my childhood. Well, Sharon, you'd be interested to know that Andy and I, we were out in Home Bargains the other day, and we actually found some crispy pancakes. They weren't the Findus ones, but they were ham and cheese crispy pancakes. And what's your judgment of them, dear?
They were all right.
Yeah, they were all right. Smaller than you remember, but of course isn't everything. Even wagon wheels are smaller. But yeah, they're still available. Didn't see the minced beef ones, just the ham and cheese, but you know, you can still get them. Amazing when you think about it, really, you know, how some stuff has actually lasted the test of time. But, you know, some stuff you can't see or get anymore. I don't think they make things like toast toppers anymore. I used to love toast toppers. They do make a sandwich spread, Heinz sandwich spread. I used to like that. But yeah. Funny, isn't it, how things change? Some things then go out of fashion and they stop making them. I mean, Cadbury's have launched no end of chocolate bars, which have now sort of ceased to exist. Joss the Stitcher says, I'm glad your year started off well. I enjoy your stitching and got a good bit done as well. Awesome stuff, glad to hear. Sometimes these Stitch With Me videos are good for getting some stitching in, aren't they? I sometimes watch them myself. I don't watch a lot of Stitch With Me videos because I don't get much time, and the amount of Flosstube and updates that I watch, plus other stuff too. But sometimes, you know, like if I'm not feeling the stitching, pop an ASMR video on and you can pace with them. Get back into the rhythm of stitching. And Patrizia again leaves me some hearts, and on Daughter of the Deep, Daphne also leaves me hearts and a sewing needle. So thank you, ladies. Cherie, Little Lavender Stitch, says, hope you had a wonderful birthday. Love your progress on all of your pieces, and congrats on the finish. It's beautiful. Thank you, Cherie. And Kashi Danny says, thanks, love that chart. Thank you, Nicola, again on on Bizarre Bookshelf. Thank you, Kashi. Now, 3 ladies with some emoji comments. So Daphne, Karen and Patrizia, who all commented on a Sunday stream. Thank you very much, ladies. And then on alternative one to rule them all, Daphne also leaves me some hearts and a sewing needle. Thank you, Daphne. Okay. So the last comments today, and we still have about half an hour of video to go, are on Pandora. So I released an ASMR stitch with me with Pandora. And Hi from Texas says, watching whilst finishing my 3rd baby blanket for the school auction, and will be starting my 4th blanket for January. I try and make one a week. Love your channel and all your beautiful stitching. Thank you very, very much. It's awesome that you are supporting the school with making blankets. And Karen, again on Pandora, leaves me some hearts. Stitching with Jessie. So if you're not subscribed to her, by the way, do go pop along and have a look. As with Kelly, Little Lavender Stitch, and the one or two other ladies who have Flosstube channels who I've mentioned. What do you use for a light and magnifier? So I have my setup is I have a small table in front of me with my laptop on it. And clamped to the table I have a magnifier and lamp on an arm that I can move to whatever position I want. It came from Amazon. So Amazon is a really good place to look for things like that. I think you can get them for things like Lowry's and stuff, but I have mine on my table, not on my Lowry. But yeah, the magnifier I think it's either an 8 times or a 10 times, I can't remember. But of course I now film everything through the magnifier, because it actually, believe it or not, makes the picture look sharper. I know that you've asked this in our group as well, Jessie, and Kay has shared with you the magnifier that she has, and mine is very similar to hers, except mine is round, whereas hers is oblong. Okay, Patricia leaves me some hearts. Thank you, Patricia. And Pandora. And then my last, I believe it's my last comment, yes it is from Stitchy Sam. Sam, who I met at retreat. She also has a Flosstube channel, Stitchy Sam. She says, happy birthday, love your cat soundtrack. Yeah, Angel will meow. I've actually once or twice been on calls for work, and she has meowed whilst I've been on calls. Speaking of work, there is just one more comment that I want to address, which is actually coming up on the next lot as well, so I shall answer it then as well. But I have been asked, what do I do for work? So, I work in the finance industry, but my company that I work for have asked that I don't share the name of the company who I work for. There have been cases of people who are working in the role that I do, who have been, what's the word I'm looking for, Andy? Wow. Who have been corrupted, coerced, have been induced into criminality because of people finding out exactly what they do. Now, I know that that's not the Stitcher community, but I don't share on my Facebook who I work for either, because of concerns for my, saying concerns for my safety feels like the wrong word, but it kind of is the right word, if that makes sense. So I work in finance. It's an office-based job, but I do work from home. But I won't be sharing who I work for. But I do have a 9-to-5 job where I talk to people and I manage a workload. I'm sorry to be so enigmatic, but of course this is, my company that requests this. I would happily share with you, but I can see where And I have seen cases where corruption has been an issue. And, you know, it's not good, is it? So for my protection, as well as the companies, I don't share who I work for. But suffice to say, the job I have, it can be quite highly pressured at times, but it can also be a walk in the park. It can be a bit of a doddle on some days as well. It is what it is. But I will also talk about it on my next Chatty Stitch with me as well. So, if you have left me a comment, thank you very, very much. Please do continue to leave comments. They all help me enormously. Even if it's just an emoji or a question or, you know, comment about my stitching or whatever, just leave them for me. If your comment doesn't appear straight away, for those of you that are new around here, that is because all comments are moderated in advance to stop bots. YouTube had a problem a couple of years back with a lot of bots pretending to be you and posting on you all and getting you to click a link and blah blah blah. So yeah, don't ever click on a link if I put one in a comment, because it's not, except in the description box, because it's not me. So all comments are pre-moderated to prevent bots. I've only ever had to delete, I think, 1 or 2 unwelcome comments, shall we say, but I've had to delete several bots. So if it doesn't show up straight away, don't panic. And I like to answer them on these Stitch With Me's, because otherwise it would take me hours or a long time to sit and answer every single comment that I received. So what my process tends to be is that I'll publish the comment and add a heart emoji, so you'll know that I'll heart the comment so you know that I've read it, and then I'll address it in these Stitch With Me's. And that's how it works. It's, you know, the moderating thing is part of me keeping the community safe, because I don't want anybody getting stung by a bot. I've seen it on a few other videos, not necessarily cross-stitching content, but some of the bigger creators who don't moderate, don't, you know, hold their comments. It happens a fair bit. Considering I don't think I'll ever be at 100,000 subscribers, I don't think comment moderation is going to be a problem. It takes me seconds just to scan through the comments. Is it a genuine person? Read it, publish it, heart it. And for those of you that do wonder what Andy does, Andy is a delivery driver and also the village idiot, with his own YouTube channel as well. And if you don't know what the village idiot does, he is on a mission to visit every civil parish in England. He has already visited well over 1,500 of them. 1700. Pardon? 1,700.
18 now.
Any advance on 18?
Not right now.
Okay. Around 1,800 is visited out of 10,000. 10,474. Yeah. And Andy releases a video every day over on his channel, and it's going to take him about 30 years to complete the mission. So if you are interested in villages, history, traditional English stuff, go check out his channel. Hannah's just sent a message. It sounds like the other cleaner has left. She's not been in all week. So, oh dear, poor Hannah. She really liked her too. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. So we've got about 15 minutes of time left. If we do find anything to chat about, we will do so, but other than that, we will just concentrate on getting some stitches in. Quite a lot so far, well over 300. It's lovely when you get a nice lot of block stitching that you can just, you know, work away on. Took me 2 days to get my 2,000 stitches into stitching shelf because there's this confetti in it. So it's really nice to be working on this. And it being so easy to stitch. For now. And of course, because this one is a medium project, it'll get 1,500 stitches. I'm really enjoying having the 2,000, 1,500 and 1,000 stitches per project. It seems to, I'm seeing progress as well, you know, which I just love. And I'm already sorted for a retreat next weekend. Bizarre Bookshelf will be going with me on a Saturday. And on a Sunday, my Sunday stitch is Coastal. So that will be going with me too. Very much looking forward to my first retreat of the year. should be picking up Maui Princess, coming back from the framer and dropping off more projects with her. And Michelle Stitch Mania Stash has some bits for me as well that I've ordered. And of course I'm looking forward to catching up with friends, old and new. Love me a retreat, I do. Sounds like kiddies are going to school. Next door I can hear.
Yeah.
It's so noisy. We don't live silently, but holy moly. Weekends, I think, are the worst, aren't they? Lots of shouting at weekends. Just having a cuddle.
Yeah, Andy stopped play, I'm afraid, guys. And wanted a cuddle. Hi, by the way.
I think I'm going to be at thick end of 500 stitches by the time this stitch with me finishes, which is great when you consider it's all one colour though. I mean, I can just sort of bosh in the colour, it's not a problem, is it? Loads done when I'm block colouring. And of course as well, I mean, I try and map as well, so I'm not having to look at patterns and stuff, and you know, dodge ninjas and oh dear. Couple more minutes. Alright, enjoyed this morning's stitch. After the last couple of days being so slow on my stitching shop, it feels like I'm getting loads done. Stitching shop had got a real big patch of confetti. Last few times I've worked on it, because I was doing the actual shelf in between, it seemed to go quite quick, but now, no. Right, so I'm going to end this video with my usual reminders. Three videos will be coming up on your screen in a moment. If you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes to have a look. I release a Flosstube on Tuesday, Stitch with Me's Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays, all of those at 6:30 p.m. UK time. And on Sundays and Wednesdays I do a live stream, both of those at 7:30 p.m. UK time. On Sunday stream I will always be working on my Sunday stitch unless I've had a new start, and on Wednesday it's always my focus for a finish. If you're not subscribed, just a reminder, it is free. Please do hit the subscribe button. Give this video a like, make a comment, even if it's just an emoji, and hype the video if you can. I have done, let me just move that out of the way, 497 stitches. So I've got loads of that black in, and of course, because it's lovely block stitching, I could just bland my way through it, for want of a better word. So thank you guys very much indeed for watching. Take care, happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.